So welcome to Behind the Stash for your everyday hustler. We'll be shining light on everyone, mail carrier, on the teacher, the police officer, everyone that works to make a difference. The construction workers outside, all my bud tenders, all my hall workers in the industry, the marketers, the consultants, the vendors, everyone that works hard to make a living for their family. You know what I mean? So we don't get enough for that in this industry and just in the algorithm of life. I just want to shine a light on that, and this is what this podcast is gonna be all about. I mean, we're going to be interviewing great guests, some legends, some familiar faces, some not. We're going to be highlighting, for my first guest is going to be Jonathan. He's, in my opinion, a straight legend. The kid is an actor slash bartender slash manager slash anything you want him to be, literally. He's reliable. He's sensational, so he's my first guest. And I'm looking forward to it because he's got a lot to bring to the table in this podcast. And just about myself, I'm like the guest behind the camera. This is like a dream come true for me in general. This whole podcast and everything I ever wanted to do, slowly coming every day, brick by brick, custody by custody, everything's happening. So I'm willing to like share my life with you guys and and bring you guys part of my journey because, I feel like I could inspire everybody. Working, grinding, gonna change, shaking hands. Get ready, guys. It's gonna be a big chapter. Stashmaster. Stashmaster's been marinating for a long time. I'll probably say almost 20 years now. A lot to do with where I'm from and the culture of as where I'm from. Like my dad and his friends, the pro cannabis. So I seen it very early in my life, but I wasn't really prevalent to it. He'd keep me away. But all my friends always ask me, "Hey, got some? You got some? You got some?" So my dad always had, and he always had jars in the house. And yeah, so I just stole a jar, and that was the beginning. I stole a jar, and I started selling for $5 bags. I don't know, it was just funny. People started calling me, and the phone started ringing, and I just became this guy. I don't know how it happened. It just happened through a lot of tribulation because they're in like early 2000s when I was doing this. Things are happening. You were getting locked up. So the term stash meant a lot to me because without a stash, we had nothing. If I didn't have my shit together, you know what I mean? We had nothing going. You getting pulled over, you getting locked up, you going to bookings, you might go to Rikers. Might cost you a whole day, might cost you a weekend, might cost you some months. We're risking a lot. We're risking our freedom, and we didn't understand what was happening. We're just daily grind of the hustle. That's what it was turning me out to be. There was like days where I would meet 50 people a day, and just seeing them hustling. That's 50 transactions that you got to do. The hardest job I would appreciate is showing up. It's so easy to say things, but when you show up and you're there every day and people can rely on you, that's everything. That's how you build real business. That's just the ethics of life. Show up, come early a little bit if you can, come early to anything that you do in life. I like to come late to parties, fashion me late, cool, but to work, I'm there. Like if you need me, I feel like if I'm not serving you, I'm doing you an injustice. I'm holding you back from your own vibe. Like I'm ruining your vibe for you. And that's not, I always tried to be that person. If you call me, I'm there in a half hour. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people can rely on. That's how I build my phone. That's how I'm going to build this store. If people come in, I'm going to make sure the most important thing is that we're all smiling and we're all giving them good energy. And when they walk in here, no matter what they went through before they came in here, this is different here. And it's always going to be the same thing. So I want to treat every day like a new day, grand opening every day. And as if you do it that way, I feel like that's a good ingredient to success. I'll tell you, my schedule is no joke. Like, I'll tell you what happened last night. Came from work, I text you, besides you, I text so many people, I feel like I'm annoying, And I'm always a night person. Like, even people text me about work, and I'm just like responding back at 12:30, 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So I go to sleep at like 1 o'clock every morning. I'm up at 6:30, like an owl. Like, I had nothing I could do about it. I'm up, I start cleaning. My wife loves when I clean. I get into my OCD mode, all the garbage, dishes, while the baby's sleeping, and I have my daughter, which is my biggest blessing in my life. So, I give her milk, this, that. We have our little daddy time for the first hour. That's like my highlight because I don't see her all day. When you're always working, you sacrifice your family. And that's a big thing that people don't understand. Fathers, mothers, the hard workers, the single parents, you sacrifice your whole day. You can't see your child grown. You might not see him for like 3 days and then things change. She got taller. She just started running. She said another word. It makes you sad that you have to work so hard for everything. You have to lose things at the same time. But that's just the nature of life. So like today I woke up. I was up 6:30. I got my things done. Smoked my joint. Have my tea. Listening to my music. I need the music. Without music, it's also like a big part of my life. It gives me this vibration and a tone for the day. I do my little prayers, whatever I can. And that's it. I take my daughter to school, and then I go to work. And I'm here. I'm Stashmaster, baby. This is it. This whole cannabis, I'm very grateful for it because it gave me an opportunity for my family. No matter what it is, no matter how I might feel about the industry, not having its things together and it's amateur hours sometimes, and it feels like we're learning all together as we go. I'm still grateful. You know what I'm saying? This opportunity is a blessing for my family. I'm a big sports fan. It's like before Michael Jordan won 6 championships, he had to fight the Detroit Pistons for like 3 seasons. And he had to fight. He would lose, then he would go to the gym, then he would get better, then he would go to the gym, then he would get better, then boom, he won. He beat them finally, then he won on a three-peat. And then he retired and went on a three-peat. So that's the same thing in my life. I feel like when you have these hurdles, you jump over them and you only get better. I'm grateful for the hurdles because without them, we don't have real success. Yeah, it's tough. I wish OCM was a little easier on us, just a little bit, give us a little break because we're hardworking people. You know, we're trying to make a difference. We're giving a lot to our community. We're paying our tax. It's very important that people don't understand that we're giving back, and we're hoping that what we're doing with the hard work we're paying, we see our streets clean. We see these holes covered. We see the teacher salaries going up. The fire department, the police department, their salaries, they deserve it. You know, they're working hard every day, and that's what they deserve. That tax money should go directly to them. Not that I'm a big person on that, but I feel like if it's a circle of motion, and if I sweep my store and my neighbor sees me sweeping my store, and now we're all sweeping the block, and now the next block is sweeping, and now we got a clean neighborhood. It's like, it's only simple shit that you do that adds up into behavior. End of the day, these like a little stepping stones, they're like hurdles. It's only for you to get better, stronger, and I appreciate it, honestly. I strive off it. I wait for it sometimes. If it don't come, I'm like, where is it? Because I need it. You know, sometimes you need a challenge to wake you up and get you back in your motion. 2022, I got the license. A friend of mine, Yako, was like, "Hey, Arty, if you don't fly for this license, I don't know who should get it." And I'm like, "Nah, Yako, forget it, bro. I'm not gonna get it." He's like, "Arty, I'm telling you, I want to pay for your license. You're gonna get it right away." We help each other out, this and that. He ended up paying for my license, this kid, and I ended up getting it. You know, I ended up getting it, and I'm grateful to him because he gave me the opportunity. He saw something that I didn't see. That's what you need. Sometimes God sends you messengers and people that help you and throw you alley oops in life. So you gotta be grateful. I owe him appreciation, you know, like, and when I do get on my feet, he's be one of the people I reach out to and just be like, "Hey, Yaakov, you know, like, I owe you a thank you and whatever, anything I could do just as a gesture of human being, you know, because he gave me the alley oop." So when I got the license, you know, things get exciting. You start looking, you start making ideas. You don't know that things that are really going to be happening. There's people in this industry that are predatory and, you know, they attack you. And I got jammed up in a lease where I got approved for a lease and I went to a community board and then I got involved in a lease where the landlord put me in a negligent lease and I had the community board for me. And they came, the whole building came, every apartment came and said, "Hey, we can't be here." And then they gave me a lease, which was a retail and a commercial and the building lease. And they coincided. But when I signed the lease, the landlord never even gave me an inclination. Might have been my fault as well, because when you get excited, people take advantage of you. And I gave him like 90,000 in rent and he held that money for 7 months. I ended up taking a loss of like 60K in that situation. Well, I had to settle. That's like 25-30% of my bankroll, you know, so it hurt me. And I was like, what am I doing? My investor was like, "Arty, what are we doing here? Are we starting a business or are we getting losing money right away? Like, what happened?" So besides being scared, like, I'm just trying to do good here. And people wait for you. They wait for you to come with the, you know, so you have to do your homework as a business owner and as any person in the industry. You have to make sure that you're doing your shit. You cover your ends. Nobody cares. No excuses. So that was my fault. End of the day, I take that on the chin. I even tell my investors, I take that on the chin, you know, like, I should have done better. I should have known better. So moving forward, everything has been pretty good, you know. I've been surrounded by good people, good attorneys, Andrew and Taryn Cooper as dad and son. They helped me a lot, man. These guys, they helped me every step of the way. I texted this kid 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning for any idea, any advice. He would respond to me back. And it was funny because we built a relationship, man. Now, I think God blessed him with a license. So I'm excited for him, you know what I mean? Because he could do his own thing. He deserves it also because he's worked so hard for this industry for many license holders. He threw alley-oops, he waited online, he went to meetings, he met with landlords, he met with investors. He's countless hours this kid did for me. So I own a lot. And he'll be one of the people that I interview because he deserves an interview. So are you, Julie, you know, like, you deserve an interview to shine a light on you and all the hard work you put in. People don't appreciate that. You got to juggle, you got this, that, you got your own personal life that you have to do, you know. People don't understand that we dedicate our life to this and we hope that we get back obviously financially, but besides financially, you also want to be doing what you love. You don't want to be in the dark cloud. Like I love doing this, you know? Like I love being in this atmosphere. I love coming to work every day. I'm excited about it. I wear my brand with pride. You know, when I see somebody else wearing it, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like the other day, my Jonathan, the Canadian, he's like, Arty, you know what? Sometimes I look at the store, he's like, damn, you came a long way. And he saw me every day before I opened. He would walk every day before he even asked for a job. And he was like, yo, Arty, yeah, I saw when this place was, he lived around the corner. So he's like, I saw when this place was all graffitied up. Then you came, started cleaning. Then you did a renovation. I was walking by every day, Lalene's Cafe every day. By the way, Lalene, what up? They're the best next door neighbors, yeah. And yeah, so just the alley oops. And then he came and he's like, hey, you hiring? And I'm like, well, you need a job? This guy looks mad successful, you know, like he looks great, like clean shaved now. He's like, yeah, I need a job, dude. And I'm like, all right, let's get to it. Say no more, come tomorrow. I'm like, to me, that was a blessing the God gave me because I needed somebody. I feel like he's smarter than me. You know what I mean? He's smarter than me, sharper than me. And he needs to be surrounded by people who are smarter than him. And just the beginning, you know, it's olive branch for me and him. I feel like we're gonna assist each other in a long way moving forward. By the way, he's a hustler. Cam and Scribble Robbie, they both did all this graffiti for me, and this is his mug. And like this in general, this kid is like talented individuals with vision and straight grit. New York authenticity just oozes off them because they don't fake it. They made my space look beautiful. Like when I come into my space, I'm like I feel like I come into a museum. It's real art. It's real quality stuff that they created. And this mug he made it's one of ones, man. This kid's talented. I want to shine a light on him. He deserves it. I don't know if he deserves it. Robbie, you deserve your shine as well. You know, you put a lot of work in. You helped me a lot. I appreciate it. And let's just build, man. I want to build with everybody. Just keep building daily stuff. Just hustle shit. Forever? No, no. I don't see it as in forever. Because if you stay forever, that means that you're not growing. You know, like nothing lasts forever. This is just the beginning of things that I'm gonna be doing in my life. Like, you know, I have goals. Like everyone should have goals, aspirations. I want to travel with my daughter and my family and have a good time and like not be committed to work all the time. Even though I love to work, I'm never gonna stop work. In life, you should have goals. You should just go see things. You should go explore and see how people live and see. Like I love going to other lands and just stepping on the land and seeing the daily grind of people. That's what I love. I'm more inclined to like the daily. Like I'll go walk around the street and see how people just hustle and they live. And I get off that. Like that's like a thing that I have for the, you know what I mean? And that goes to anywhere. So when I go somewhere, I want to know what things are happening, where are the little secret stash spots, the cool cafes, and like I don't care about the malls and all these shopping and all these museums and all that stuff. That's stuff I want to do with a career. Yeah, I want to get into real estate. You know, play my own Monopoly game. You know, and give it to my daughter. Maybe buy Park Place sometime. You know, Boardwalk, all those funniest spots. But yeah, yeah, stuff like that. There's goals. A lot of my friends are in real estate, so I think that when I'm ready, it's gonna be an alley oop as well. Oh man, New York City. I don't know what I would do without New York City, man. It's just like, you know, anywhere you go, like I went to a lot of places. Anywhere you go, it's like this place is like different. Everything about it. Most important thing in life, you have to have confidence in yourself and what you're doing, your dreams. You know what I mean? And just never give up, dude. Like, you know, they say never give up, but like you really never give up in your dream. You have to have like a focus, a discipline. Prior to this license, I was also all over the place. You know, like I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of my friends in the last 3, 4 years, we didn't know what we were doing. We were walking in circles, talking like, "Oh, what are we gonna do in this chapter of life? I don't have a kid yet. I don't have this. I don't have that." The other day, I had a baby birthday for my daughter, and I'm looking in the room. I'm like, "Wow, all my friends are. I have this Stashmaster. My friend has. He's a barber, successful. My other friend owns a restaurant. This other guy sells money for a living. This other guy is a designer." It was like a room full of successful women and men, nurse, doctor, esthetician, like makes you feel proud that, you know what I mean? None of us gave up. Like my wife, she does Beyond Balloons. She just like, hey, I want to go work for somebody and help them and not get paid. And I'm like, what do you mean not get paid? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go work for like 2 months. She was going to the Bronx. She was going to all these Jersey. One time she went to like, I don't know where she went. I'm like, where you going? She's like, 2 hours away. I'm like, for what? She's like, I'm gonna go help this lady do a party. I'm like, there's no way you're not getting paid. She's like, no, I'm gonna go learn. And now, with God's help, yo, she's crushing it, dude. She's making amazing. She made a great party for my daughter. Like I was amazed that in a short period of time, that all you do is dedicate yourself to your craft. You dedicate, you put your vision, your focus. Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? You have to have his work ethic. And she didn't get that from me. She saw me, but it's always in her. It's in everybody. It's in you. It's in all of us. You just have to ignite it. That little light that's in there, just come through and light it up. And the rest is history. Hard work, every day showing up, no matter what. It's like going to the gym. It's like going to school. We used to cut school because you feel like it's easy that way. But in reality, if you showed up and you just chilled, it was a great day in school. And then you made friends, you made memories, your teachers, so it was just like little curves you learn as you go. I know I'm dropping a lot of gems, and I like to. Like, I'm a big fan of like Dame Dash. Dame Dash is like someone I look up to. Why? Because he's just a very smart guy. He did a lot of things in his life, positive and not so positive. But like one thing about him is that guy never gives up, dude. Like he could be in a bad situation one time, the next time he's starting a podcast and make a multi-million-dollar company, and then he's going downhill again, and then he's up again. The guy's like the stock market, man. It's crazy, and I look up to that. That's the real hustler shit for me. Just the way he just articulates himself, very clean mannered, and a hustler, true hustler, and that's what I am. I'm a true hustler, so that's what it is. Yeah. Oh man, can I say? I want to say I had the one of the best bosses in my life. So I used to work in a restaurant when I was like 16 years old, and in a Russian restaurant, I don't know if you guys understand a Russian restaurant. It's different than any other restaurant in the history of restaurants. Like you have to be on your A game. It's a lot of working for free, a lot of just crazy hours. And I had this one boss. His name is Eugene, and he owns a restaurant right now in Bryan. It's called Tatiana's Restaurant. It's right on the boardwalk. Yeah, he also owns another restaurant with his sons, Lawrence and Ryan. They own a cafe. It's called Trends. It's right on Emmons Avenue. You guys go check it out. It's amazing. Ryan is a French cook. He went to French school. He's a real culinary, and Lawrence is just a hustler. He's just a dreamer and the real Brooklynites that hustle. And they learn it from their dad. And I learned a lot from him also. Like when I was 16 years old, I didn't have a vision. I didn't know what to do. And at 16, when you start making 150, 200, 300 a day, you start thinking you don't gotta go to school. And this guy, he saw that I was a horse, and he turned me into a monster. Like he would tell me, Arty, go work, go do this, go do this. Like, you like school? I'm like, I love school. So I'll go to school, then I'll go to work. And he would let me work weekends, weekdays. So he gave me like this thing where, hey, you're like a horse. You get the blinders and you just go. And one thing about him, he would be the horse. So when you have a leader who leads you, it makes you turn into it's like this beast that you didn't know you could. And then I started washing dishes. Then I started being a waiter. Then I started no, I was a busboy. Then I became a waiter. Then I became a decorator. Then I started doing balloons, 1,000 balloons a day. Then I don't know where I was in photography. Then I don't know where he was making me go and tell guests, show them the restaurant, be like a manager. And then I can run my own restaurant. At one point in 2014, because of him, I opened my own restaurant. I failed, my own problem, but I did it. He was a great boss. When I say I never think I never had a bad boss in my life because I never really needed a boss. I felt like I was always a boss in my own life. My dad is my boss, like well, God is my real boss. But he was a great boss, and every time in my life, anytime I always think this is hard, it's not because I did the hardest job. Like I did 24-hour days consistently, and he would sleep on the floor. He wouldn't go home. I'll be like, yo, Eugene, you going home? He's like, nah, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll go home, shower, come to work. He would sleep on the floor. God bless him, a very successful and very rich person. And he would sleep on the couch with no shirt on. And then I'll go home, take a shower, come back to work, and he's on the couch. I would just slap. I'm like, yo, get up. And he'll get up and go into the kitchen and start the day again like a horse. And that's crazy inspiring. If it was like, I'll never forget that. And I want to be the same boss to my employees. When my employees see me be a leader, shake hands with customers. I love shaking hands with my customers because they deserve that attention that you give them. What all you need is more employees to shake hands. That's all you need. The quote is, "Be good, and they'll be good." That's what I strive with, and that was sort of I was quick. Crazy excuse, man. Oh man, I hate excuses. Sometimes I owe some excuses, but I hate them because it's like a blemish too. Crazy excuse. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, one thing I never dealt with coworkers. I never dealt with employees. This is my first actual employees. I mean, I had a restaurant, so employees wouldn't show up. Excuses I got drunk. Hey, I got drunk, or I was a busboy. One of the workers would get so drunk that he would sleep in the restaurant and not come to work. A lot of different stories, but it wasn't anything major. So thank God I never really dealt with that. But with God's help. New York for me? Oh man. Yo, thank God I came to New York because I wasn't supposed to come to New York. So we came from in 1993 with my family. We had a bunch of family like in the Midwest. My mom was like, "Hey, let's go to like Cincinnati or like Chicago. I have my cousin there." And my dad is like, "I have a lot of family in Brooklyn." I'm like, "Let's go there." So we actually took a flight from my country with a stop and then to Cincinnati or whatever we were going. I don't remember. I was like 6 years old, and then my grandma, she faked like she had like an emergency, medical emergency, and then there was a route to stop in JFK Airport. So we got on JFK Airport, and my uncle, my dad's older brother, came picked us up. It was dope. Like it was a good experience. Thank God. Thank God I came here, man. I love New York. Thank God I'm a New Yorker. I didn't go. Thank God I didn't get to experience anything else because your parents dictate where you go as a kid and your environment. It all like people don't know, but your parents dictate a lot of that. So thank God, like my grandma and my dad and even my mom, she folded, to come to Brooklyn. Even though it's tougher here, but it's like it's a different life. You enjoy life. You enjoy the speed and the cultures and like I had a great childhood. Like I wouldn't take my childhood away from anything. Like I grew up with great people, great adults, like basketball programs. I grew up with all different type of ethnicities. Like I'm Jewish. I come from a Jewish background. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up with Arabic kids. We shared the same hallway. We shared the same our window and his window, and then we shared like a building platform that we played handball on, and we ate together on the floor, how Muslims eat, and then they came to my house and we ate. I mean, I don't keep the Sabbath when I was younger. I try to do now, but like, what I mean? Like, it was a relationship. Like, my dad would tell the deli owner, "Don't charge my kid. I'll pay you end of the week." And I would just go to the deli and get whatever I wanted as a child, and then my dad would clear the bill. So that's a big thing when you're growing up. That's a Brooklyn thing that you don't get anywhere else, that you don't experience. Like Halloween. Halloween was the greatest holiday as a kid because you get to go on the roof and throw eggs over the roof at cars and just chill and be a Brooklynite. Yeah, it was crazy things, crazy things. Block parties, manhunt. I grew up on a block, 78th Street in Bensonhurst. It's the greatest block in the history of any block, in my opinion. Grew up with 30 kids, 10 girls, 20 guys, and everybody owned a house. Nobody lived in the building besides me. And they would all go to their houses every day and chill and play games and go to their backyards and jump in each other's pools. And then the parents would close the block for the day and there was no cars, so the kids could play in the street all day. That kind of real community effort stuff that parents cared about. I don't think people, not that they don't care about, they don't have the time right now because they're always focused on their phone and everyone's in a rush and no one's looking up, everyone's looking down. That's the focus. You have to look up in life to go places. When you look down, you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be standing still. You know what I mean? You gotta look up, look straight. Even in basketball, a real point guard, when he looks straight, he sees the court, right? He sees his players, he sees the opposition, he sees everything. He sees the fans. When the point guard's looking down, he don't see nothing. He can't make a play, he can't be a general. I always think of life like it's a sport. It's our own game that we live. We all have the same body. We all can go to the gym. We all can eat healthy. We all want to look good. We all want to have a tan. We all want to have nice eyes and a beautiful body and a lot of money. And you got to work for it, dude. Nothing comes to you. Nothing's going to be given to you. We all have our own luck. But at the end of the day, you got to work for everything you have. And I strive to work for everything I have. You know what I mean? So about my job, what they knew about. Oh, man, it's hard work, dude. This is not a joke. We're doing a lot of work every day, something new. But thank God. Yeah, thank God. I like the hard work. But it's not easy. You do a lot. The marketing with you, with planning, and then executing, and then just a vision. Everything becomes like a seed in the beginning, like it's a joke. Let's joke about it. And then the joke becomes, yeah, were you serious? And then you actually do it. And that's the difference between success and failure. You know what I mean? You gotta do things and get it done. Yeah, man, I failed a lot of times in my life. Hopefully, success. I strive to be successful now and be responsible adult. I don't only work for myself. I work for my family. I work for my daughter, who gave me everything in my life. Like she gave me a spark in my life, and I just owe it to her. I owe it to my wife to be a good husband and a good man, be as successful as she wants me to be. Because not every wife wants to be too successful. They lose their touch. So she always reminds me. She was like, "Hey, like relax, get it together." And that's cool. I need that. Whose job would I want for the day? Oh man, I don't know, man. That's a big question. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity for sure. I would hate being a celebrity. What a cool guy. Who's a cool guy? Just chills out and just like, I guess I'm happy with being me. I guess, Yeah. I'm pretty cool. I think I'm pretty cool. I got swag. Yo, crazy man was so I told you I grew up on 70th Street, and the mailman, his name was Basil. He was like a 65-year-old guy. So this is 10 years old. Me and my friend were like, hey, how can we make money? At 10 years old, we think how to make money. It's a joke. It's like you find the funniest things when you could do. You sell stickers, you sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, right? Little kid stuff. So then when we and our friend did, we realized that our mailman, Basil, he was old. Private houses, you got to go up the steps. Every house, a mailman's job is not easy. When it's on the street, you could put in a mailbox, but and it's a house, you have to go up the steps, then you have to go down the steps, then go up the next steps, or you have to go over the pole. So I would tell Basil, can we start with our block because we weren't allowed to leave our block. So when Basil would come on a block, we're like, hey, me and my friend Nick, we would take one side because it's a side, a number side, odd and even. So he'll be like, Arty, take the even side, Nick to the odd side, and we would go from house to house and we would do his legwork. He would walk in the middle of the street and he would tell us this address, this address, this address. That was like my first job in a sense of like working. And then end of the day, it would probably take us like a half hour to do the block. And then he would give us like $20, get us Chinese food. And as we got older, 12, 13, we would leave the block. Our parents let us leave the block. So we'll go to 71st Street. Then we go to 73rd Street. And then I don't know, we would do the route with him. He was very cool. He passed away a few years ago. Yeah, but he was a very cool guy because he cared about us. You know what I mean? He cared about the kids. He did a lot for us. Always made us laugh. I have a bunch of male people, male stories. I have a bunch of people that I grew up with, or male men. They're like just average. Not that, not that. I hate the word average Joe because it's not an average Joe. They're actually the real Joe. It's not an average Joe. They're the Joe. So like I respect that this the whole podcast is gonna be about those people that do the labor every day. Makes New York what it is. If I can't have the bagel guy make my bagel the way I want it every day, and I come through and it's the same bagel every day, that's what I love him. This is what this guy, I don't know why he's doing his job. Maybe he's not happy with it. He's doing it. I can't do that bagel. You know what I mean? I can't make that coffee. I don't have the patience. But there's people who are willing to sacrifice their time and working as a barista. You know what I'm saying? It's not the most successful job. Like it's not the most high paying job. You sacrifice your freedom and your time for this, and we appreciate that because somebody has to do that role. The dailies. End of the day, it's all about the dailies. All right, so here we go. We're gonna wrap this one up. It's a good first episode, guys. Thank you for being with me. End of the day, I want your opinion. I want you to subscribe to this page. I want you to follow us on Instagram, stashmaster.ny. If you give us a Google review, it would help me tremendously in my business. I would love people to know what this place is. First of all, come in here. Don't just give me a review. As a friend, come in and experience and give a real review. That's what it means to me because reviews last forever. All this money, all these change, but the review, it lasts. People look at it, and I respect it because at the end of the day, that's what you earn. It's your grade. I just want you to tell me who you want me to interview. I already told you we're going to have a little lineup, but there'll always be slots open. We'll do this weekly. This is a dialogue between me and you. And let me know who else you want. Anybody that you guys think that I should just tag them. And we'll go from there. All right. Thank you so much.